Hi everyone, it's Karen from the Geordie Grandma. Welcome back to my channel and Happy New Year. I hope everyone had a lovely Christmas. This is just going to be a kind of an update video, plans for 2025, goals for 2025, that kind of thing. So let's start with Christmas. I hope everybody had a lovely Christmas. We had quite a nice Christmas. We had the family round on Christmas Day, the whole family, which was really nice. It was a very hectic day, but it was nice to all be together. We actually got a gift voucher for our favourite hotel in Scarborough from the kids, so we're really looking forward to going there in a couple of weeks. That's the Bike and Boot in Scarborough, if anybody didn't know. I've already done a video on that hotel, so I will link to that in the description box below. But yeah, we had a really nice Christmas. Updates on Warren. So for anyone who doesn't already know, my husband Warren was diagnosed with mantle cell lymphoma back in, I think it was the beginning of July last year. Mantle cell lymphoma is a form of non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, so it is a cancer. Mantle cell is something that they can't cure yet, but they can treat it. So Warren has had 6 sessions of Nordic chemotherapy, which finished mid-November 2024. And as he finished that last session, he was told that he had the TP53 disruption, which means that the mantle cell lymphoma doesn't respond all that well to treatments. It doesn't fight it very well. So that was an issue, and it meant that the last part of his Nordic chemotherapy treatment, which was going to be a stem cell harvest, a big blast of chemotherapy, and then a stem cell transplant, would have been quite dangerous for him, so that was cancelled. He had a scan on Christmas Eve to see how the 6 sessions of chemo had worked on the lymph nodes. They wanted to compare the scan with what it was like at the beginning, and we were a bit concerned that because he couldn't finish the treatment with the stem cell stuff, that it wasn't going to go very well. But we saw the consultant on Monday, and it was good news. I'm pleased to say Warren is in remission. I mean, that is the best news we could have had for the beginning of this year. Obviously, because you can't cure mantle cell lymphoma, and because Warren has the TP53 disruption, the mantle cell lymphoma will come back, but we don't know when. The consultant was saying, you know, he's got patients who it's come back after a year. He's got patients who it's been, you know, a couple of decades. There is no guarantees. But as he said, you know, we need to live in the moment and not worry about what's going to happen. He says you could go out tomorrow and get run over by a double-decker bus, which is true. You have to think about it that way. So that was the best news we could have possibly got for the year. We're just so pleased with that. He will be going on to a maintenance drug called rituximab, which is an injection that he will be having every 2 months for 3 years, unless he doesn't react to it very well or the lymphoma comes back. But all of the lymph nodes within his abdomen and his neck and his armpit, they're all back to pretty much normal levels as they would possibly get. So the consultant was very pleased with the results, and like I say, so are we as well. I think I also mentioned in a video towards the end of last year, the last update on Warren, that he had a suspicious looking mole. He went and had that removed, and that was fine as well. That was completely benign, so that was nothing to worry about either. So he's had his PICC line out, he's had his his last chemotherapy, he's feeling so much better. We even managed to get out for a walk, our first walk in the local park. I think it was in between Christmas and New Year. It was the first time since I think back in July or early August that we'd been for a walk in the park. So it was really nice to get back out. And on New Year's Day, we went with the family to Whitley Bay and had a nice walk on the beach. So it's good to get back out and start getting back to normal, whatever that's going to look like from now on. So due to a lot of things, Warren has put quite a lot of weight on, partly due to sitting around doing nothing for 6 months and partly due to the steroids that have been part of the treatment he's put weight on. I have no such excuse for taking steroids for being my, problem for weight gain. I have actually put on a stone since probably August. I put a stone on. I've really been quite unhealthy. And people have said all along you need to take care of yourself, but that has been so hard to do. I'm an emotional eater, so when the slightest thing goes wrong, I reach for something to eat, and it's usually chocolate or crisps or cakes. So I need to try and put a halt to that. I'm not going to go on a diet because I'm not going to put that pressure on myself. I know what I'm supposed to eat. I know that I'm eating too much. I'm having like 2 breakfasts and then mid-morning snacks and like huge lunches and then something mid-afternoon, and then we'll have our tea and then continue to eat until we go to bed. So that all needs to stop. We need to cut out the snacks and get back to 3 meals a day and maybe 1 little snack at some point in the day, but more healthy things. So I will be doing some meal planning, probably some meal planning videos in showing you what I'm going to eat and talk about how I'm trying to get back on track. Because I do have type 2 diabetes, which I'm on 2 tablets for now. I'm on metformin and glycoside, which is not good. I don't particularly want to be on tablets for the rest of my life, but maybe that's just the way it's going to be. But my issues are I do have neuropathy in my feet and my ankles, and it is becoming really, really painful through the night. It's almost becoming unbearable to sleep through the night because of it. And I know when I've lost a bit of weight and when I'm exercising and when I'm eating properly, I can cope with it. It's still there, but it's not half as intrusive as what it is at the moment. So that is one of the reasons why one of my plans or one of my goals for this year is to lose 2 stone. I know that's doable for us in a year. I just need to get my head in the right space to do that. So I will keep you updated on how that's going. And obviously Warren needs to lose some weight as well, because further down the line when he does need other treatments, it is better for him if he is as healthy and at a healthy weight as possible, so he can cope with any kind of more harsh treatments that come up. So that is one goal for the year. I want to lose 2 stone. I don't know how much he wants to lose, but he does want to lose weight, and he will probably put a figure on it, but I won't share that with you. But I will keep you updated on how that goes. The other goals for the year are to build our emergency fund, because as a lot of you will know, when all of this happened with Warren, it took what little savings we did have because he wasn't able to work, and we had we had nothing to fall back on. So money has been an issue in 2024. But I did a video about this. I think it was September last year. I did a video talking about how I'd started cash stuffing. So that's when you set up envelopes for certain things. I got a little file with stickers the grandkids stuck on. I got a little file, and you set up envelopes for different things. So I put like entertainment, personal things, birthdays, household, pets, things like that. I do have a cat, and one of them was an emergency fund, and I've stuck to putting a little bit in there every week. It hasn't been a lot, but obviously as we get more back on track and we start to bring more money in and less benefits, that will be able to build. So my goal for this year is to try and build at least a cushion of maybe £1,000. I don't know how doable that is at the moment, but I do like having it there. It's just a little bit of a safety net, so if anything does go wrong, I know I've got something there to help. And I really like having those envelopes for birthdays, so I didn't have to worry about Ashton's birthday in November. My granddaughter's birthday is coming up in a couple of weeks. I don't have to worry about that. I've already got some money there for it, and for Nicola's birthday. I had some money saved for Christmas, so I didn't have to worry about that. I'd built a little bit of money up. We didn't go wild on Christmas presents this year, and in fact the kids said, you know, they weren't really interested in having anything, so it was just little token things, but at least I had some money there to do that. And I liked having the envelopes there for personal spending. Again, not a lot of money at the moment, but at least it was there. So if I wanted to buy, you know, I love stickers. I love to do kind of journaling with stickers. So I had money there to buy stickers if I wanted to. And of course, if Warren needed anything, which he hasn't really needed a lot in the last 6 months, but the money is there for when he does want to buy things. So it is good to have those envelopes there is a cushion for when you need things. I do like that. And I know it is ridiculous to say, you know, I'm 61 and I'm only starting to kind of manage my finances now, which is, it does sound ridiculous. And you'd think I would have done it years ago, but I didn't. And I'm not going to dwell on that. I'm just going to move forward and say this year the goal is to build that emergency fund and to carry on doing the cash stuffing. I will do a separate video on the cash stuffing later on in the month, where I'll explain things a bit more and tell you what I think the pros and cons are of cash stuffing, what's worked for me, what hasn't worked for me. So I will update you on that. And the other goals for the year are kind of work related goals. So for me, that would be building my YouTube channel. You know, a few more subscribers would be nice. Building those views. It's the views that count. Because that's what YouTube pays you for, you know, the amount of views and the time that people spend watching your videos. So the views are more important than the subscribers, but obviously the more subscribers you've got, the more views you're going to get. So it would be good to build that. So I'm going to try and bring you 2 videos a week. Obviously I've stopped doing the Sunday video with the Transatlantic Housewives because I just felt like I couldn't commit to it, and I felt like my channel was going in a slightly different direction. So I have stopped doing that video. So, but I will try and bring you 2 videos a week. I'm not certain what days they're going to be on. I'm not going to say it's going to be Tuesdays and Fridays because I'm not entirely clear on what that's going to be at the moment, but it will be 2 a week, we hope. And the other thing that I wanted to work on is my blog. I do also earn money from my blog because companies will pay me to actually put a guest post onto the blog, and I'll get paid for that, or they'll want me to put a link in an existing blog post and they'll pay me for that. So I need to work a little bit more on my blog. I kind of let that slide a bit last year, so I want to get back into that. So I'm going to set up some plans for stages that I want to reach, or maybe financial goals that I want to reach for those. I think it's always good to have some kind of goal to work towards, because if you've got a goal, you can then think, okay, how do I reach this goal? And you can put in some little steps rather than just being overwhelmed by the overall picture of it. And the other thing that I wanted to do, again, for many of you who have watched my videos for a while will know that I produced some of my own books last year. The first one was the self-care word search book with 100 different word searches in there, all based around self-care things. So things like, you know, creating bucket lists, going to the hair salon, creating a relaxation playlist, a letter to a younger self, or candles for mood boosting. So, you know, I created this word search book, which I was really proud of, and I have sold quite a few of those, which I'm happy about. I will leave the link to these in the description box below because they are sold on Amazon. And the other thing I created was 4 notebooks, and these are all, the artwork on the front is all from watercolour paintings that I did last year at a sip and paint class that I went to, and I just loved the pictures, and I just thought I would like to see those on the front of a notebook. So I took 4 of them that I did. I think I've got about 12 altogether pictures, but I created 4 different notebooks. Like I say, because I just loved the pictures and I wanted to see them on there. Even if nobody bought them and I just had them for myself, I'd be quite happy with that. But I have also sold a few of these. Again, I will put the links in this description box below if you want to go over and have a look. The only one I've used up till now is the hedgehog one. This was the very first sip and paint watercolour that I did, and I'm so proud of this one. It is still my favourite. So this is the only book that I've started to use, and what I've used it for is for the book club that I run on YouTube, to put the book review in, again using stickers just to give it a little bit of interest and just write my thoughts on the book we've read for that month, as well, to jog my memory when I do the book club lives. So I want to try and create some more book products, and also possibly some downloadable, printable planners and worksheets, things like that, for different things that I can maybe sell either through Amazon or through Etsy, or maybe even set up my own shop via my blog website. Who knows? But that is a goal that I need to kind of flesh out a little bit for 2025. I will also still be running the Once Upon a Book Club that I started, I think it was back in September, where we choose a book to read out of 4 options to read for the month ahead. And then at the end of the month, I do a live YouTube video where I've invited people on to discuss it with us, or if I don't have someone on with us on camera, then it will just be me talking about it, and people can chat live to me in the chat, and we discuss what we thought of the book, maybe have some questions to kind of guide the chat around that, and just generally have a chat about books. The book videos don't get a lot of views, but I just like doing it. I like to read, I like doing the lives, and I like talking about the books. So I will be continuing to do that in 2025. Though if you're interested, I will put the link to the Facebook group for the book club in the description box below, so if you want to join, you can. And the book for January 2025 is a book called The Rainfall Market by Yu Yong Guang. And I will also put the link to that book on Amazon in the description box below if you want to join in and read it. You may already have it, who knows. But that was the choice that got the most votes for January. So it looks interesting, and I'm looking forward to reading it. So that is my updates. The biggest and best, obviously, that Warren is in remission and we can get back to some kind of normal life. I'm not quite sure what that's going to be. It's definitely going to be spending more time together doing things that we enjoy doing. It doesn't mean spending money. It just means, maybe going for walks in the park or going away for the day with family, just enjoying life in general. Because if you're not enjoying life, then what's the point, really? So we need to do more of that. And if I can, I'll take you along with us. You will have to have, I think it's 6 monthly checkups with the consultant, but that is the best news we could have asked for this year. So I'm going to stop rambling now. Thank you for listening. I hope you also have some really good goals for 2025. Let me know what they are in the comments below, and I'll see you all again soon. So thanks so much for watching. Bye for now.